tonight. Gumba River floods cut communication in Songwe district. South Sudan military force enters Uganda. And in sports, Serengeti boys in the same group as Turkey in UEFA assist competition. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. Heavy rains have caused thousands of users of Mbalizi Mkwajuni Road in Songwe district to be stranded in Mbezi area for more than 4 hours following flooding of Nguba River. Residents of Songwe district said flooding of the river is a recurring problem, causing the road to become impassable during rain season.
I would like to say that not even one of us has been able to cross this road turned river. And I would also like to mention that none of us even know when we'll be able to cross this river. I would like to mention that many of us have got business activities to engage in on the other side of this river. I must point out that these business activities give us our livelihood. So, on behalf of all my fellow road users, I am appealing to the government to intervene quickly in this matter.
Some of members of parliament have called on the government to amend laws which will safeguard the interests of citizens without focusing on political parties or a party that will be chosen by people to rule the nation. Speaking in Dodoma after debating the report from the Standing Committee of Constitution, Law and By-Law, members of parliament have said that Tanzanians need a constitution and laws which will govern their lives.
This is to serve the interests of Tanzanians without taking into consideration what political party is in office or which party will be next. This is a guide to the lives of Tanzanians. So we must ask, do we need a new constitution or amend some parts in the existing one? The existing constitution must be applied well, but most importantly, a new constitution approved by the majority should also be. Some people own land that they inherited with no clear borders, so the evaluation will see that landowners are issued with title deeds that they can use to secure loans, but this will help resolve a lot of land-related conflicts.
United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Unhcr, has said despite apologizing to President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, after clothes similar to military uniforms were distributed amongst refugees in the country, it will continue to fight against importation of such clothes in the country. Making the statement in Dar es Salaam, the General Commissioner from the agency emphasized that there were no bad intentions on the incident and that what happened was carelessness by the organization's officials.
Share the services, the economic opportunities, and other things from which benefit the citizens of your own country. And that developmental opportunities are really up to the government of Burundi and to the international community to provide that assistance. I would say that the government has really the main responsibility in ensuring that returns are sustainable by making sure that returnees are not discriminated, are not punished because they have left the country, and that they are allowed access to schools, to health services, to their own homes, all the things that you have the right to as a citizen. Does this happen? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes we have observed that it doesn't happen, and when it doesn't happen, these people tend to go out again.
Kisutu Resident Magistrate Court in Dar es Salaam intends to start hearing the witnesses of the former Tanzania Revenue Authority Commissioner General Kari Kitilia and his co-accused who are facing 58 charges including money laundering, causing the government a loss of $6 million on 12th of February this year. The accused are alleged to have a criminal network that caused the government of the United Republic of Tanzania to incur a loss of $6 million. The case will be heard before resident Judge Huruma Shaidi. The case was planned to be heard today, 8th February 2019, where the defense lawyer Dr. Masumbuko Lamwai claimed that he did not receive a copy of the witnesses' statements. Dr. Lamwai said the defense team is requesting 4 copies of their statements so that they can go through them before the court listens to the witnesses. A judge in charge of the case directed the state attorney to provide a copy of the witnesses' statements to the defense team. Apart from Kitilia, other accused of the case are those Shose Sinare, Miss Tanzania 1996, Siowi Solomon, former Commissioner of Policy and Debts from the Ministry of Finance, and Alfred Sinai, a former Deputy Commissioner of Policy and Debts from the Ministry of Finance. All of them are accused of economic sabotage with registration number 2/2019. They are also facing 49 charges of money laundering, 3 charges of forgery, 1 charge of conducting a criminal network, 1 charge money theft, forging documents and lying, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Finance and Planning. Now, moving on, Katavi Regional Commissioner Amos Makala has banned all human activities at Kampuni village in Mpanda Municipal as it belongs to the military force in owning the land. The moves comes after a 20-year land conflict between TPDF and residents in the area.
We should recognize this piece of land as army property. We wouldn't want to have a conflict with the army. But given the seriousness of this matter, I will ask Minister Mwinyi to come so we can resolve this matter. Shelters have been put up. We've been asking them to leave because by using this land, they are denying the government revenue. But the army needs this area.
I mean, sio eneo la kufanyia shughuli hizo.
They have formed a group with the treasury, so if we remove them, they could end up as thieves in town.
Sheria inasema waondoke. Sasa tunafanyaje sasa mheshimiwa?
Kwa hiyo kwanza wanachofanya
Are doing illegal mining. Licenses issued on this area is for research and gold mining, but what they are doing is without a license to do so.
The government of Uganda and Tanzania have agreed to remove trade barriers, including transportation permits for goods imported and exported at Mutukula border in order to strengthen trade relations between the two countries. Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and East Africa Cooperation, Dr. Damas Dumbaro, and Deputy Minister of East Africa Relations of Uganda, Julius Maganda Wandera, have said that removal of the barriers will allow people to benefit from the East African community.
There is a small challenge of non-tariff barriers. We've had a discussion and we are asking for such barriers to be resolved by the relevant authority at district level. But those that they are not able to deal with, then we shall personally address them. Smuggling robs revenue in both countries. As ministers in charge, we ask nationals in these regions to follow the right procedures in transporting. That's why we are meetings between the two regions.
Deputy Secretary General of the East Africa Community has refuted claims spread on social media that the mediator of Burundi conflict, retired President of Tanzania Benjamin Mkapa, complained of lack of cooperation from other mediators of the conflict. The Deputy Secretary General of the community, Engineer Stephen Mlote, said that information was false and that they have been spread by people who do not appreciate efforts done by the community.
What we've seen on social media is misleading because Honorable Benjamin Mkapa, who was the facilitator in the inter-Burundi dialogue, who has completed this task and represented the report to the East African President Summit, who received it well. So the news on social media is false. In the East Africa Community meeting that took place on 1st of February, the presidents were satisfied with our performance. So we shall keep working hard so as to strengthen the East Africa community in infrastructure, stock market, monetary, and etc.
Njombe District Commissioner Ruth Msafiri, in collaboration with council members from Makambako Municipal in Njombe region, have banned witch doctors' activities known as Lamba Lamba, as they have been a major source of killings of children in the district.
Such doctors will be addressed. I would like to ask that we become the first ones to report such cases. I ask all of us to work together. If we see any suspicious behavior, please report to relevant authorities. Even if it's me, please report. Traditional healers are recognized as such and have been given permits to operate, but the government requires them to observe the law.
And that is the end of National News International. National News. In northern unstable following military forces from South Sudan entering the Ugandan border, with reports saying the Sudanese forces have been stealing from residents and raping women.
So far, the border commission hasn't done.
So far, the commission has not done its job, since we've been waiting on the government of South Sudan. Soldiers have entered our country about 20 kilometers in and have been mistreating our people and killing some. The other side has no government. There is lawlessness, so this must be addressed as soon as possible.
The government of Burundi has resumed the repatriation exercise of Burundi nationals at refugee camps of Mtendeli and Nduta in Tanzania. Citizens who were repatriated expressed their happiness of returning home due to the stable situation in the country.
Life inside the camp is that of a refugee, waiting for other people to help you. You cannot make your own decisions. Food is the same. You can choose to eat whatever you choose when you are living in your own house. I'm happy that I'm going home. We are very happy today to welcome you home. You must feel at home because you are with your own people now. You saw how everyone warmly welcomed you at the border.
In Beni, Eastern Congo, 7 people have been killed by people alleged to be ADF rebels. Citizens in the area have said that they are tired of the killings.
They all came down during the evening when people were preparing the evening meal. 7 women and children have been killed. Women have been killed. We don't see the use of officers. I went to see those who had been murdered, they came to warn us that we'd get killed too.
And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly after the break. We'll be right back.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand.
You must quickly think how cost effective are you going to be.
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight, the National Bureau of Statistics has announced a 3.0% drop on price inflation in January 2019 from 3.3% in December 2018, and that this was contributed by a decrease in food prices in the country.
The yearly national inflation, which measures the speed of service and goods on individual households, has gone down. In December last year, it was at 3.3%, and it has gone down to 3%.
Kwa mwaka ulioishia mwezi Januari 2019 imepungua.
Capital markets and security stakeholders, together with insurance stakeholders, have held dialogue on contribution of insurance companies in the oil and gas sectors after the government passed a law directing exploration companies to use local insurance companies.
Hivi karibuni serikali ya awamu ya 5.
Recently, the fifth phase government under President Magufuli passed various laws, including Petroleum Local Content Regulation 2017 and Mining Local Content Regulation 2017, that require companies researching gas and mining to use insurance companies so that the premium paid remain in the country rather than go to external companies.
Kampuni zinazofanya utafiti katika sekta ya gesi pamoja na katika sekta ya madini.
The Deputy Minister of Minerals, Stanislaus Nyongo, has called on stakeholders in the sector to present their views on guidelines on closing mines policy issued by the government so that they can formulate sections that will guide environment conservation while closing down mines.
Na guideline hiyo inajali vizazi na vizazi vya Watanzania baada ya uchimbaji huu. Madini.
Yes, we are blessed with minerals, but we must remember of the future generation still to come. Mining goes hand in hand with environmental destruction.
Tuna kanuni, lakini bado na.
We have code of practice, but is not sufficient in guiding miners to come up with a plan that can be implemented well.
Jumla madini ni resource, na unapochimba resource.
Extraction of minerals cause damage to the environment, so we need to reduce the impact.
Hali yake ni kupunguza ile impact kwamba baadaye kusije kuwa na madhara makubwa.
The government of Tanzania and Sweden have organized a training on a system that will support assessment of data in projects that will provide positive results in a short period of time under supervision of the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO.
As UNIDO, we trust at the end of this training program, I'm told that you'll be able to, in fact, distinguish cash flows conduct financial analysis, conduct economic analysis, develop appraisals, and conduct sensitivity analysis by showing how net cash returns or profitability of an investment alter with different values assigned through developable needs.
UNIDO is doing together with Columbia University to help support the Sustainable Development Goals. As you go, Sustainable Development Goal number 9, Malengo ya Maendeleo Endelevu, number 9, Lengo na 9 is a very important one, particularly in Tanzania because of the second 5-year development plan. So I think this collaboration with Colombia, beyond the collaboration with 54 countries, I think is a very good example of how powerful this tool is.
We are happy that UNIDO has approved the continuation of the training for the second stage and also the TOT training. This is highly appreciated, and we don't take this for granted as a government. As we have seen, we have participants from various government agencies who are responsible for appraising projects and doing feasibility studies. So we take this training as a kickstart of ensuring our planning, our development plans to be on track and to ensure that they achieve the intended goals.
NMB Bank has urged its customers to continue doing transactions by using MasterPass QR and MasterCard to secure chances of winning prizes, including mobile phones.
Kwa wiki 7 mfululizo customers.
For 7 consecutive weeks, customers have been winning 100,000, and 12 customers have won Samsung mobile handsets, and only today 6 more customers became winners. Next week is grand finale, whereby 3 winners will win a trip to Dubai, and this will be the end.
Ndio itakuwa mwisho wa kampeni yetu ambayo imechukua kwa muda wa wiki 9.
And that's the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda. What's up? My name is Sean Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hippie, the hip, hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette. I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette.
With Sebastian.
With Sebastian.
Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And in sports news, the national under-17 team Serengeti Boys are in the same group as the hosts Turkey as well as Guinea and Australia in the UEFA Assist competition scheduled to start on March 1st in Antalya, Turkey.
The competition will take place next month, as in March. In the first group, Serengeti Boys will be with Guinea, Australia, as well as hosts Turkey. This is the first group. The second group has Morocco, Cameroon, Uganda, and Belarus, while the third group will have Senegal, Nigeria, Angola, and Montenegro. The competition will take place from March 1st this year, 2019, to 9th of March, 2019.
Kuanza Machi mosi mwaka huu wa 2019 mpaka Machi 9 mwaka huu wa 2019.
The Simba Directors Board Chair Mohamed Dewji believes the team still has a chance in the Champions League despite conceding in 10 goals in the past 2 games.
I still have faith. I have not given up, and I will also be at the stadium. I believe it is possible we can defeat Al Ahly here in Dar es Salaam, and if we defeat them, it means we have a chance of qualifying for the quarterfinals of the Champions League. At the end of the day, points matter and not goals.
Liverpool have announced a world record profit of £106 million. Here's more on the story.
In their yearly financial report, the Reds made an annual pre-tax profit of £125 million, up from £40 million as turnover increased in the 12 months to May 2018 by £90 million to £455 million, also a record. Liverpool were boosted financially by a run into the Champions League final last season, which earned an estimated £72 million. They were also helped by midfielder Philippe Coutinho's £142 million transfer to Barcelona in January 2018. Leicester City had held the record for net post-tax profit of £80 million in 2016-2017 after reaching the quarterfinals of the Champions League in 2017.
Manchester United interim boss Ole Gunnar has won the Manager of the Month award for January. Here more details.
United earned 10 points from 12 available with wins over Newcastle United, Tottenham and Brighton, and a draw with Burnley. United striker Marcus Rashford won the January Player of the Month award. The 21-year-old England international scored 3 goals in 4 league games, including winners against Spurs and Brighton. United have cut the gap to the top 4 from 11 points to 2 under Solskjaer, who took over from the sacked Jose Mourinho on 19th of December.
Cardiff City manager Neil Warnock hopes their recovery and identification of the Emiliano Sala's body will bring peace and comfort to his grieving family. Here's the story.
To Cardiff in a light aircraft piloted by David Ibbotson, which went missing over the English Channel on 21st of January. The Welsh club have offered to fund the repatriation of the 28-year-old body. The Premier League and EFL have confirmed players will wear black armbands at all matches this weekend. There will be a minute's silence at Southampton versus Cardiff on Saturday.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.
Persons with Disability Foundation zitatolewa tarehe 17 Machi mwaka 2019 badala ya tarehe 2 Februari mwaka 2019. Awali, tuzo hizi zitafanyika katika ukumbi wa Diamond Jubilee. Mgeni rasmi atakuwa makamu wa rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, Mheshimiwa Mama Samia Suluhu.
On Out and About every Saturday.
Tunaweza kuchokoza mada.
Sawa.
Na tuanze na Mwalimu Ruben Ndimbo. Wewe ni mhadhiri DUSE lakini pia mwana saikolojia. Bila shaka mada umesikia. Unaitazama namna gani kwa kuanzia?
Asante bwana Kambaya. Kwanza nashukuru kwa leo nimefika kwa mara ya kwanza hapa, lakini naamini tumekuja katika eneo ambalo tunahusika kabisa. Ukiangalia tunaposema mmomonyoko kwanza wa maadili, kumomonyoa ni kama kubomoa hivi. Kwa hiyo ina maana tuna maadili afu watu yanabomolewa ya? Kwa lugha laini kabisa ya Kiswahili. Na tunapozungumzia maadili tunazungumzia ni utaratibu ambao jamii inakuwa imejiwekea, ambao unaweza ukawa rasmi na mwingine watu wanauona kwa kujifunza. Kwa hiyo kuna ile wanafundishwa rasmi kwenye malezi, na wakati mwingine wanakuwa wanajifunza kwa kuona kulingana na sehemu wanapoishi. Kwa hiyo tunaposema kile tunachosema Tanzania ni maadili kinaweza kikawa sio maadili Kenya. Tunaposema Ulaya ni maadili kinaweza kikawa sio maadili huku kwetu. Kwa hiyo maadili yanatofautiana kutoka jamii moja mpaka nyingine. Kwa hiyo tukitizama jamii yetu ya Kitanzania, ina maana na sisi tuna staili tofauti za maisha ambayo tunatarajia kama kijana, kama mtu mzima anaweza kaishi. Halafu anapoishi tofauti ndio tunasema mmomonyoko wa maadili. Sasa kwa ujumla, kwa hali ya kutosha